Picture this, a young woman in a crisp blazer, navigating the high-stakes corridors of the White House, crunching numbers for nuclear energy budgets under 2 U.S. presidents. She's got power, prestige, and a front-row seat to history. Then, in a move that stunned everyone, she throws it all away to buy a tiny, obscure food store in the Hamptons, with zero cooking experience. Insane, right? That woman is Ina Garten, the Barefoot Contessa, and her jaw-dropping leap from policy wonk to culinary icon is a story of guts, gambles, and a marriage that's got the internet in a frenzy. But behind her soothing voice and perfect roast chicken lies a tale of heartbreak, hustle, and a secret recipe for global domination. Buckle up. This is the wild, untold story of how Ina Garten conquered the culinary world. Who, what, where, why it matters. It's 1978, and Ina Garten is a 30-year-old budget analyst in Washington, D.C., working in the old executive office building. She's crafting nuclear energy policies for Presidents Gerald Ford and Jimmy Carter, a job most would kill for. But she's miserable. The stress, the bureaucracy, the endless meetings, it's suffocating her soul. I was good at it, but it wasn't me. She confessed in a 60 Minutes interview with Sharon Alfonsi, her voice tinged with the weight of that decision. One fateful weekend, she and her husband, Jeffrey, spot an ad in the New York Times for a specialty food store called Barefoot Contessa in West Hampton Beach, New York. It's a quirky, charming shop, but it's a world away from DC's power games. On a whim, they visit. Ina falls in love. She offers $20,000, her life savings, and the owner accepts the next day. I was terrified, she admitted, but I knew I had to try something different. This wasn't just a career pivot. It was a high-stakes gamble that could have bankrupted her and Jeffrey. Instead, it sparked a culinary empire that's nothing short of legendary. 12 best-selling cookbooks, a Food Network show that's been a staple for over 2 decades, and a social media following that treats her like royalty. In 2025, when the world feels like it's spinning out of control, political chaos, economic uncertainty, and endless digital noise, Ina's calm, confident presence is a beacon of comfort. Her recipes, from her iconic engagement chicken to her viral cauliflower toasts, aren't just food. They're an escape, a hug, a promise that you can create something beautiful in your own kitchen. But how did a woman with no culinary training pull this off? What's the real story behind her unbreakable bond with Jeffrey? And why is the internet obsessed with this Hamptons queen? The rise, the risks, the reactions. Let's set the scene. It's the late 1970s, and Ina's in her DC office, surrounded by stacks of budget reports. The fluorescent lights hum, the air is thick with tension, and she's dreaming of something else. Something warm, creative, alive. I was climbing the ladder, but it wasn't my ladder, she told Alfonsi, her eyes glinting with the memory of that restless hunger. That's when fate intervened. She and Jeffrey, her college sweetheart and a Yale professor, take a weekend drive to the Hamptons. They stumble across the Barefoot Contessa store, a cozy haven filled with artisanal cheeses and homemade pastries. It's love at first sight. I walked in and thought, this is it. This is what I want, she recalled. With no chef's hat or culinary degree, she dives in, learning to bake bread, roast chickens, and charm customers with her warm smile. The store becomes a sensation. Locals can't get enough of her lemon bars and lobster rolls. Soon, A-listers like Steven Spielberg and Martha Stewart are regulars, whispering about this self-taught culinary wizard. I didn't know what I was doing half the time. Ina laughed, but I figured it out by doing it. By 1999, her first cookbook, the Barefoot Contessa Cookbook, hits shelves and sells out faster than her famous coconut cake at a Hamptons brunch. The Food Network comes knocking in 2002, and Barefoot Contessa becomes a cultural juggernaut. Fans fall hard for her soothing voice, her store-bought is fine mantra, and her knack for making cooking feel doable. Ina's like your rich aunt who's secretly a genius, one ex-user posted in 2024. Her recipes never fail. The media crowns her a culinary goddess. The New York Times dubs her the high priestess of home cooking. Instagram explodes with #InaGartenLove, Her cauliflower toasts go viral in 2025 after foodies post drool-worthy reels, racking up millions of views. Her limoncello cheesecake bars spark a TikTok challenge, with home cooks competing to recreate her zesty masterpiece. But not everyone's sipping the Ina Kool-Aid. A 2023 X post ignited a firestorm. Ina's food is for rich people who pretend to cook. Who has time for her simple, 3-hour recipes? The comments sparked a digital brawl. Ina's recipes work. She's teaching, not preaching. A fan fired back. Another tweeted, her simple vibe is bougie AF, $50 for organic figs? Please. The debate raged for weeks, trending under hashtag Ina Garten drama. Yet Ina, ever the class act, stayed above it, grilling steaks and sipping wine in her barn kitchen like the queen she is. The woman behind the empire. Ina's journey is rooted in resilience. Born in Brooklyn in 1948, she grew up in a strict household where perfection was non-negotiable. My mother wasn't warm, she hinted in her memoir. Be ready when the luck happens. Cooking became her rebellion, her way to create joy in a world that felt cold. She met Jeffrey at 15, and their love story, spanning over 50 years, is the heartbeat of her brand. Fans adore Jeffrey's goofy grin as he taste tests her dishes on TV, but their marriage wasn't always picture perfect. In her memoir, Ina revealed a brief separation in the 1970s, a moment that tested their bond. We had to figure out who we were together, she shared. They rebuilt stronger, their love a masterclass in partnership. Before the kitchen, Ina was a policy nerd, analyzing nuclear budgets with a precision that now shapes her foolproof recipes. She never went to culinary school, yet her dishes, like her 5-ingredient tomato salad or barbecue ribs hack, are legendary for their simplicity and flavor. I'm not about perfection, she told 60 Minutes. I'm about making it delicious and doable. Her Hamptons life, complete with a barn-turned kitchen, screams luxury, but her friendship with stars like Taylor Swift, they swap playlists, and her down-to-earth vibe keep her relatable. She's not just a chef, she's a cultural force, offering calm in a chaotic world. Why Ina resonates. Here's my hot take. Ina Garten is a national treasure, but she's not perfect, and that's why we love her. In 2025, when X is a battlefield of opinions and the news cycle feels like a dumpster fire, Ina's kitchen is a sanctuary. Her how easy is that? Catchphrase isn't just cute, it's empowering. She makes you believe you can whip up a flag cake or sear a perfect steak, even if you've never boiled water. But let's keep it real. Her Hamptons glow can feel like a fantasy. Organic figs and $200 Le Creuset pans? Not exactly budget-friendly. Still, her magic is in her authenticity.